Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In my last video I made a little comment about a rose that hadn't found its home yet. Well, today we're going to take care of that. So I've decided to put in a new rose bed back here. The roses that I have to plant, they are all English roses. They're all from David Austin, and English roses need a little bit of special attention. As you can imagine from the name, our climate doesn't particularly suit them without some protective measures. So I'm going to plant these English roses back here on the east side of my house, or the east side of our little property here. The reason I'm doing that is as that sun crests over in midday, I have these big pecan trees and this big chestnut oak that casts evening shade on this side of the house as the sun treks west to set. And that's going to be real conducive to keeping these English roses happy, healthy, and alive. Additionally, you can see, I think in frame, you can see we have 3 willow trees here. Willow trees are really interesting in that their leaves contain rooting hormone. So in the fall, as they shed their leaves and those leaves begin to decompose, that rooting hormone becomes water soluble. The fall rains hit it, and then your plants get a big boost of rooting hormone as that rain soaks into the soil. So those are kind of our reasons for planting here. Primarily though, we want to give these guys some evening shade. In August here in Texas, you know, it's going to be 100 degrees for like, 12 hours all day. So we're going to get these guys planted here. Additionally, well, first I want to show you, I have some existing plants that I grew. Some of these I grew from bare root. Some of these I bought from a nursery. And then I have some bare root here that just come in the mail that my sweet mother got for my wife and I. And this is what a bare root rose looks like. So this guy will grow a little bit this year, but over the next 2 to 3 years it'll really explode. But I need to get him in the ground. So we're going to do that. In addition to planting the roses, anytime that I till the ground up, now we've moved to try to do a no-till method as much as we can, and to incorporate raised beds as much as we can on our cut flower and produce side of things. However, when I'm doing a bed and tilling, if I'm going to till the ground up, I'm always going to try to offset and replace the existing grass, which in most of East Texas is going to be an agricultural grass, which is trash. Okay, thankfully here, this grass is 60 to 80% native at any patch on the ranch. But just to bolster that, I have some seed mixes here from Native American Seed Company, which is where we get all of our natives for the ranch. I've got a Hummers and Singers mix, Pollinator Essential mix, a Butterfly mix, and a Bee mix. And as I'm planting here, as I'm planting these roses, I'm going to follow behind and top dress with compost and mulch. And as I top dress, I'm going to broadcast seed so that the grass that grows back here with these roses is A, super pollinator friendly, and B, mainly native. Obviously some of these agricultural grasses that are in here, the 20-30% that are in this existing mix, some of that's going to pop back up. But for the most part, doing this will snuff it out, and then we'll put the good stuff to grow back on top of it. So I'm going to get to work here, and we'll see you at the end. Alrighty, I've got a few of these roses in the ground, and I wanted to show you how I'm doing that. So, how to plant a rose bush. Nothing to it, alright? I got my hole augered out here. I can adjust depth with soil as I'm going. When I plant this, I want to plant my rose a little above ground line, just a little bit, so that water sheds off of your rose. You don't want them getting a lot of water up on the actual body of the rose bush here. So amendments. Clearly this came out of a pot, okay? This guy, because it was in a pot, is already kind of trying to, you know, get root bound. So I'm not going to put any amendment down whole. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up as much as I can and let what's already captured by these roots kind of go in the hole. It's probably about the right depth. And that's going to break up. See how matted that is? You can see this is what, when you're starting to get root bound, this is what I'm talking about. This is all tangled, okay? So that's not a super big problem on a rose. On a fruit tree, death. So we're going to stick this guy in the ground here. He's above ground a little bit. We're going to bury him back up. Get some of that dirt off of him, press him in. And that's all there is to it. Now just water it in and move on. Now with our bare root roses, obviously they don't have any compost or anything captured in their root systems. I am going to amend down hole with a pretty good amount of compost for those. Even though I'm blessed with this super loamy, well draining soil, those bare root roses need a lot of food. This first year they're going to focus primarily on regrowing their root system. Let me grab one so I can show you what I mean by that. So when they took this guy out of the ground, you can see they can't pull all the roots up. So the ends of these roots have been cut. So this guy is going to focus a lot on getting these little hairy little feeder roots out and getting their, you know, tap roots or larger roots out as well that first year. And that takes a lot of energy to do that. So I'm going to feed my bare roots down hole pretty heavily to set them up for success as they reestablish their root system and get acclimated to their new home this first year. Okay, everybody, we've got our roses planted in our new bed, and now I'm going to come in with some of this seed mix that I spoke about earlier, and I'm just going to use the bag to lightly broadcast it. I've used this before, so I kind of know what I want as far as coverage goes, but in any seed mix you get, your instructions are going to be on the back of the bag. But I just want to kind of show you the methodology here to what I'm doing. So I'm just going to broadcast this, get a nice little layer. Then I want to come in, want to grab some compost. I want to take my compost, and I'm just going to kind of sprinkle that compost in there and top dress real lightly. I'm going to top dress this whole new bed. This seed mix only needs to be 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch buried. It likes a little bit of sunlight on the seed for it to germinate. So 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch is plenty. Just like so. And that's what we're going to do for the remainder of this bed, and I'll show you the finished product when I get there. Okay, we are done. That's all there is to it. So we got our compost broadcast here. I put about 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch to really cover that native seed up that I broadcast out over these beds. The only thing left to do now is to water this in. We'll use our sprinkler as to not displace or wash away this loose seed, and that's really it. So we're happy with it. We're excited to have this little English rose garden here. We're going to use these roses as part of our cut flower offering when we go to farmers markets. We've got our first farmers market on April 18th, and as we get into the summer, we'll be able to offer cut flowers, anything from roses to zinnias to cosmos, and maybe a few other selections. So anyway, thank you for watching.